What is up, guys? Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 9:02. Thanks for joining me, everybody who is on time. Anybody who is not here yet, you guys are even later than I am. Got 17 people watching so far. We're going to get some people in here. My primary objective of tonight's live stream is to get some more names in this national giveaway. I'm going to run down the list of entries that I have so far, and I'm going to get hopefully at least 5 people entered tonight, maybe some more. We got some people here with us early. Mark Sipe, how you doing? Chris Sumter in the house. Curious to see what the vibe is going to be like at the National, he says. Thinks it's going to be a buyer's market. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a buyer's market. I definitely feel like shows leading up to the National are going to be maybe even more of a buyer's market due to the fact that lots of people say that they're saving for the National. So with it already being a very bearish market and a lot of people having the lack of disposable income for many different reasons, as well as people saying I'm saving for the National, and even more so having to save for the National, I can see where the National can actually be maybe a bit more of a seller's market than some of the shows leading in. Not typically... Or not saying that it's going to be a big seller's market, but just saying more so than maybe a month and a half worth of shows leading into it. Let's get some more shout outs. Card Guy 72, what is going on? Mark says he's looking to buy. Bravos, always along for the journey. Welcome back. Haven't seen you in a little while. Maybe I've missed you. Hopefully I haven't overlooked. Brian in the house. Philly Joe, how you doing? Drew's cards number 2. Yes, everything has been well. Steve Splenda, what's going on? Roman, what's up, my man? How you doing? Shay F says, just sold off excess and reimagined the overall game plan and geared to more just PC and long-term. Yeah, a lot of people are doing that. A lot of people are selling off a lot of their excess cards, maybe consolidating for some. Some people say they're just... shooting for target items and they need to get rid of a lot of their extra stuff to free up the income or the space. I mean, let's be real, carrying a big case around like this at a show gets to be a pain in the butt. And sometimes people, more times than not, people go through 75% of your stuff and they're not even interested. So that tends to be more like eBay type sales and bait. So as far as, getting a smaller amount of inventory and also beefing up your PC. Great things to do. Long-term right now, yes, definitely want to get into what is considered safe. And I want to give a shout out to all the people who have been just kind of really concentrating on vintage for the last couple of years, not recently. Vintage still seems to be very popular. It seems to be where a lot of people are going, including myself. I'm not going to take credit and sit back and say that I was preaching vintage for a long time because I haven't been, but I wish that I had more vintage cards, especially in a situation right now. So all you guys out there that have always preached vintage in the chat, commented on my videos, vintage. Yeah, I mean, you guys are looking pretty smart right now. And, not that everyone is taking losses or that all vintage is safe. It just feels like that's where a lot of people tend to be starting to concentrate. And there have been lots of people that have already been in that space and, just ahead of the curve with that. Am I going to see the new Top Gun movie? I probably will, just because I feel like I have to, because the other movie was such a big part of me growing up. I loved watching that movie. CT Collectables, how you doing? Jeff Silversmith in the house. How you doing? What's up, man? Main sports guy. Merle is definitely ready for the National. Merle told me the other day he was walking his dog in the neighborhood and he looked up and there was Billy Idol right there. And I was like, man, did he rebel yell at you? And he said, no, he didn't rebel yell at him. It just was kind of chill. Billy Idol is a beast. It would be awesome to just be walking down the neighborhood with my dog and look up and see Billy Idol standing there. But anyway, guys, we are going to get people entered for the National. I'm going to start quickly. I'm probably going to go ahead and pop a question out right now to get another name. First, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an update, as well as I'm going to do a free giveaway tonight. At the end of the live stream, I'll just ask one question. Somebody can win it. I'm not going to write a bunch of names down and draw something out of the hat. It will be a trivia question to answer. And if I get to 100 likes on this, which may be difficult because right now I only have 40 people watching, but if we get to 100 likes on this live stream before I end, then I'm probably going to go for like an hour 15. Not going to do a full 2 hours tonight. Do want to see my family. So I'm going to give away a Mosaic football blaster. So I'm going to guess it's 2021, correct? 2021. I'm so confused on years because product is coming out so late. But 2021 Mosaic NFL blaster, absolutely free tonight at the end of the live stream. Just going to have somebody answer a question. I'll send it right out to you. No super chat. You don't have to do a super chat to get entered. None of that tonight. Just going to do that because I feel like doing it. I found a little bit of retail in a store. Figured I would go ahead and get some to give away. Doodad, how you doing? You should have a pack of cards on the way. I have been a little bit behind on some of my packages, but I got out some free giveaways last week. Haven't forgotten about you. I know you're probably waiting for that package, but that should be on its way. Brandon's talking about the Van Halen comic book that he showed me a picture of. I don't know if I've ever seen one slabbed. I have seen a slabbed Pearl Jam comic book, though. Michael Ham, there he is. Road Dog, what's up? Let's see. Merle was not in Dallas this week. That is correct. I'm reading Merle's chats here. Cesar Alcazar, sorry about that. How you doing? All right, guys, just to update on the national giveaway. As of right now, it will be Friday and Saturday night in the Borgata, Atlantic City. The room is paid for. You have a place to stay for 2 nights, Friday and Saturday. And there will also be $500 right now to tack on. Now, that $500 at the moment will be used however you need to use it. Whether you need it for transportation to get to the show, like airfare, or whether you're driving in and you live close enough, it all depends on the winter, and you just want it to have to spend. Or you feel like driving across the country and you just want to have it to spend. I know gas prices are crazy right now, but again, as of right now, it's the 2 nights in the room and $500 on top, and we're building. So it's the trip is going to snowball as we go. If I get more people who want to help chip in, if the YouTube channel generates some revenue, I don't generate a lot of revenue off my YouTube channel. So that's the tough part. I don't push it to do that. But what little bit I do, whether it's $60 a month, $100 a month, that's also all going towards it. Whatever I make on my live streams is all going towards the trip. So with that being said, that's what we have so far. And the names that I have in so far are HMJ. So if you're in the chat, you know who you are, HMJ. Zachary Wood. I don't see in the chat right now either. Michael Ham has an entry. I Love Podcasts, which I believe is Dom on Instagram, has three entries. Joel Garza has one. Trader Griffs has one. M Perk has one. And HW Sports Cards. So that's my names that I have right now. You can get multiple entries. Here we go. Jordan Hudson, what's up? Toa, how's it hanging? But anyway, this is going to be easy questions. All you have to do is have watched my recent videos, and they haven't been long videos. So if you've sat through my little 10-minute videos recently, these are easy questions for you to answer. So let's just go ahead and get one person in right now. If people miss a question, that means that they should have been at the live stream when we started. And this gives you guys that are actually here a better chance. Brian says Boston is up 29-11 already. I love it. Let's go. Remember, only answer the question, guys, if you have interest and are capable of attending the National. Because if you can't attend and you're entered, that doesn't make a lot of sense. It takes away an opportunity from someone else. And don't answer and say, hey, I want to give my entry to someone else. It doesn't work like that. you know, sorry if you just want to play along, but you know, this is to get people entered for the national, and you have to be at least 18, adults only. With that being said, again, if you win, you're welcome to bring a guest, whether it's your significant other, your son, your daughter, whatever it may be. You're welcome to bring a guest. You're not limited to just yourself in the room. You have the room to yourself, and the room is big enough for multiple people. So, first question for the national. I did a video. It may have been a couple weeks ago now, at least 2 weeks, where I cracked an SG or HGA slab. I want the player and the brand of card that I cracked out of that slab. The player and the brand. So give me the brand of card and the player that I cracked out of the HGA slab. And it actually was an HGA slab crack fail. It looks like Jordan. It looks like Jordan is my first name on here. It was the Zion Select. So Jordan Hudson. And Jordan, I believe that's going to be your first entry. Congratulations on getting a shot in. Don't worry, guys. I'm at least going to get 5 names tonight. Five entries. Could be 5 of the same name if you're that daggone good. But and maybe even more. I want to get some more names in here. I haven't been live streaming enough to get people in. I see a lot of correct answers, which is really good. You guys are in there. Maybe Jordan has a bot. Maybe Jordan is super fast typer. Maybe he's using voice recognition. Who knows? Michael says, have I ever seen a 59 Fleer cards of the Three Stooges? I have seen Three Stooges cards. I'm not sure of the year or the maker. Now, this weekend, while the show was going on in Dallas, there was a non-sports card show going on in Philly, close to home. I would have loved to have attended that. However, I had a family function that I needed to go to. My brother-in-law was having something at his home, and I had to attend that, and I was not able to make that Philly non-sports card show. I also heard there was one of those going on in Chicago, or had just happened in Chicago. So maybe some popularity around non-sports cards. I'm not sure. Ryan from Breakout Cards actually messaged me and said that he skipped the Dallas show to go to that, looking for some non-sports vintage stuff. So probably saw some cool stuff. He told me that there was some really good items there, and that they weren't even really comping this stuff, and that I could have cleaned up if I'd have went. So kind of a bummer that I didn't get to go, but I'm going to be definitely looking out for more of those. One thing that I am in the process of doing right now is my little brother and I, who used to collect cards, he always had a Miami Dolphin autograph card collection. Look at my dog in the background. See my vicious guard dog in the back. He always collected Miami Dolphin autographs, like way back in the early 90s. We always liked the Pro Line stuff. And, you know, going through moving and going through issues and this, that, and the other, some of his collection was somehow lost or misplaced, or, you know what happens over time. I've been helping him try to hunt down and rebuild his Miami Dolphin autograph collection. And it's been fun because a lot of these cards are cheap, but they're just harder to find. I finally picked up the 92 or 91 Pro Line Don Shula with the autograph on the back. And I mean, these aren't cards that are very expensive. They're just cards that are tough to find because people just don't list these that much. So I'm on the lookout for cards like this, the early Pro Line stuff with the certified autographs in Miami Dolphins, just for my brother's collection. Yeah, it's what's collecting all about, is when you find stuff that means something to you, not necessarily somebody else. One card that we are looking for is the 1996 Pro Line Brian Cox. He's still in a Miami Dolphin uniform. However, on that card, it says, I believe he was traded to the Bears, but he's still in a Miami Dolphin uniform. And that's one of his only pack certified autographs, linebacker from the Dolphins, Brian Cox. A lot of you guys might be saying, who the hell is that? But anyway, that's a card we're looking for and can't seem to find one anywhere. Probably out there somewhere in a dollar box or a bargain bin somewhere, and I just got to try to hunt one down. Toa talking about he should have typed the rest. Is what did Toa put in there? Steve says there was a big show outside Pittsburgh last weekend, Monroeville Convention Center. Mad Vintage. I have been pricing out 52 Tops Willie Mays as we speak. I've talked it to death. I had Kenny Fornos, who was in Dallas, looking at one as well, and I had him sending me photos, but none of them really appealed to me for the price, for the grade, for the eye appeal. There was a nice PSA 4, however, the centering just wasn't up to what I wanted to pay for a PSA 4. If I want to pay for a PSA 4, the eye appeal had to be a little bit better. For that card that he showed me, I would rather prefer it in like an SGC or PSA 2 with better eye appeal on the centering. Don't have any more comments to talk about right now, so maybe I'll get into another question. We'll check the likes, see if we're getting anywhere near 100, which is probably going to be impossible. I might have to pull back on that to make giving away the Mosaic Blaster an actual possibility, or I might just have to save it. So how about comments, guys? Who are we going to see in the NBA Finals? I know there's going to be a lot of guys in the comments that are going to comment the Mavericks, or not the Mavericks, but the Warriors. But who are we going to see from the East, guys? Are we going to see the Celtics? Are we going to see the Heat? I'd like to see some of you guys' opinions on the NBA Finals coming up. Who's going to be in there? Neo in the house, just joining me. How you doing? And Bushliggers, what's up, man? How you been? So I do know there's a couple other live streams going on tonight. I think Jeff Wilson might have something going on. Rolling with FD, I believe, is live right now. So I understand if a lot of people over there watching them and all. I'm not all about not promoting other people's channels. So, it's cool if people over there watching FD. I guess the Jeff Wilson live stream is like on his web page. I guess maybe he has a web page. It's the way it was advertised. I don't know. Does he? Maybe he has a web page. I don't know. I don't really pay attention that much to him. But I would say that here on the Poor Man's live stream, we're giving away a trip to the National. And I feel like that would be something easier for some of these bigger channels. Actually, something quite easy for some of these big channels to do. Because I know that if I'm able to make it happen on a very small channel like mine, then bigger channels / influencers / businesses, I would think it would be pretty easy for them to pull something like that off. What's up? I see Troy just joined me. What's up, Card Guy 72? Sports Cards Live. Jeremy, how you doing? Christopher says the East is just gift wrapping the championship for the Warriors. So you think either way, the Warriors are going to win it all, I'm going to guess, is what Christopher believes. Michael Day says, what do I think about holding sealed 2021 NFL Mosaic packs? I don't think Mosaic is that popular of a product to hold. It's the kind of product that you want to buy and sell it while it's hot because the other products aren't out yet. We see flagship products like Topps Paper and how the Wander Franco card goes nuts, and then all of a sudden it's not going nuts. And Hoops, you see LaMelo Ball going crazy, and then all of a sudden not going crazy. We saw Mac Jones, Donruss cards go crazy, and then all of a sudden they weren't going crazy because the other products come out. That's kind of how I feel about Mosaic. It is a slightly better product. However, it's not Optic. It's not Prism. It's not even Select. So to me, it's kind of one of the flavor of the season products where, you want to get into it and get out of it while it's kind of popular. That's the way I look at it. I may be wrong. Other people may like it more than I do, but I don't believe it's one of those products that you're going to hold for longevity purposes. You want to buy it, bust it, hope that you pull like a gold prism or something really, really nice. And that's really where your value is at, is just hopefully pulling something rare as opposed to stashing it for base card value. So, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that. Caesar, my game plan for the National is just to go there without a plan. Honestly, I went there without a plan last year. I didn't know what to expect. I was actually overwhelmed at first. You know, last year's National, there was no planning for it. I don't think anybody expected the types of trade nights and impromptu stuff that really went on. And, you know, I'm looking forward to that stuff. I'm hoping that with it being in Atlantic City, that you can still do the impromptu pop-up trade nights. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to do with the setting. But it was kind of like the stuff that just came up out of nowhere that was fun, and not really knowing what you were going to do next, not really knowing what card you were going to stumble upon next, as opposed to saying, this is the card that I need, I got to hunt it down. So I'm just going with the mindset to have fun, hopefully find some cards that I like, and I don't know what they'll be. They'll probably be impulsive. I'll probably see something that I didn't even know existed. Definitely want to look at some vintage and some non-sport stuff, and there were some good tables last year, few and far between on the non-sport stuff. But when I say non-sports, I mean like some of the older 1930s, 40s, and 50s type items. I don't mean non-sports in the way of Marvel and Star Wars and things like that. I mean non-sports in the way of the old vintage Disney items and things like that. So yeah, Ryan wants to see the Celts, and as a Boston guy, let's see. So Neo says Jeff Wilson's thing is on IG. Let's see, we're backtracking now. Stephen Ryan, how you doing? What's going on? Shay F says you need a 55 Jackie partial diamond. Is that a certain type of card, a partial diamond? I'm not really sure what that is. Is that like a 55 Jackie Robinson? A Tim Anderson? I also do got a mail package here today. I'll go ahead and open it up. It's just three music stickers, 3 Panini music stickers, all from the same seller. One of them I already have in a low grade. I want to try to get a better one. We'll go ahead and open this up real quick. Yeah, maybe pick up a Marilyn Monroe or Clint Eastwood. Yes, absolutely right. There is another YouTube content creator out there. I think it's called Junk Wax Investor. And like every week, he puts out the top 10 most valuable like non-sports cards sold on eBay. And then we'll do like an honorable mention. And a lot of times you see a lot of cards on his channel that I didn't know were out there. And that's a lot of times helps me find stuff. That's funny because actually my Eddie Murphy that I bought popped up on his video one day. He was running down eBay sales, and the Eddie Murphy card that I had bought made the honorable mention list. And I was like, oh crap, there's my card. That was my purchase. So that was pretty cool. Been watching that channel quite a bit, so I want to give it a shout out and put out a video today that I haven't had a chance to catch up on. I've got my videos all lined up of what I'm going to watch when it's time for me to go to bed. So in my rock and roll stickers I just picked up another Van Halen. As you guys know, I already have this in a PSA 4. This card looks really nice. This card it's very good color and centering. I have to take a really good look at the corners And it's got a lot of good color on the back. A lot of times the black ink wears off of these. So I got another Van Halen to submit, see if I can get a better grade. I picked up my first U2 sticker. U2 has a card in the 91 or 92 Pro Set Rock cards, but this would be their first sticker from the 85 Smash Hits. That's pretty cool. And this one is probably, I really like the Van Halen one, but this one's really awesome too, and it's an awesome picture. This is Angus Young, guitar player from AC/DC. I hope that everybody knew that already, but that's an Angus Young 85 as well. And all these stickers look really good. I just opened them up, but even from my monitor light, the U2 one is a little off-centered, but the Angus Young is centered and got good color. The Van Halen looks to be the best of the three. But I'll have to get those under a light, under a magnifier, get a better look at them, and really don't care. If I think they're going to grade a 5 or even a 4 or better, I'll send them in. So Shay said it's a 55 error, Jackie Robinson. Global asks if I've been going to any card shows lately. The last show that I've been to has been Chantilly. I've had a lot of stuff going on and haven't been able to get out. I wasn't able to make Dallas. I wasn't able to make the non-sports card show this week because, again, I had a family function. So I've just been kind of picking up odds and ends here on eBay. I actually did an eBay mail day video. That was my last video that came out. So hopefully you guys watch it. There will be a question coming up to get you entered for the national giveaway. In fact, we're going to get ready to do that right in a minute. But I plan on, I'm hoping to go to Raleigh mid-June. I'm hoping to go to Chantilly the week after that. And then a month from Chantilly will be about the national. I don't think there's a Philly show in between. That's the only other show I would be able to make because it's closer to me, unless a local show pops up. But we don't tend to have those in my area. Shay says, who is buying Jeter before his series comes out in July? Not me. Not me. I'm not. I watch Jeter. So I don't know about watching a series on him. I was around. I watched him play. So, and I was never really the hugest Jeter fan. Just not a fan of the Yankees, being an Orioles fan. Michael Day says, which young QBs under 25, so under 25 years of age, besides Herbert or Burrow, have the potential to be good? I think Hurts, Fields, and Lawrence are your picks. I truly think those franchises would truly build around them to win. If Hurts, Fields, and Lawrence are your picks, that's all that matters because that's who you believe in. And that's, in the end, that's what's important, especially if you're talking about buying. Let me jog my memory for some young quarterbacks in the league. I mean, it's really going to depend on their franchise because a lot of young quarterbacks that have talent get thrust into bad circumstances. You know, like it tends to be anyone that goes to the Jets is thrust into bad circumstances. I was watching video today actually of Zach Wilson, and he made some tremendous throws last year. But I just asked myself, playing for the Jets, what can he actually do? Tua has to have potential just because of the offense that's around him. I don't trust his talent level, but he has to be somewhat decent just because of the talent that's around him. But I don't think he'll blow up stat sheets because I don't think he has top-notch talent. And again, I mean, you would be better off just to shoot me quarterback names and I could give you my opinion on it. But for me to just pinpoint quarterbacks and say this is who I like, that's not necessarily my gig. Is there a young athlete I'm considering PCing? You know, Steve, it's kind of tough because everybody young is really highly priced right now, especially for PC. Because if I PC, I'm going to want to PC really nice cards. I like Jalen Waddle on Miami. One person that I really would consider PCing is Mike Gesicki because I grew up as a Penn State fan, and he was drafted to Miami. He plays tight end. I like that position. So, and tight end, and he would be fairly inexpensive, but even really nice cards of Gesicki are selling for more than what I really want to pay for him. You know what I mean? Like, would I like to buy an on card? I do have his Contenders championship ticket out of numbered out of 14 or something on card auto rookie. But if I wanted to buy a patch auto of Mike Gesicki, it's still going to cost me probably $100. So it's like, is that really, with everything just being so expensive nowadays, even on stuff that doesn't necessarily have a market value, it's tough to say I want to PC somebody that's young. Yeah, Roman, what's up? Yeah, Dustin has invited me to Raleigh again to come down for that show. I just set up my schedule. He's texted me today. He just texted me again about the National, but he texted me today asked me if I got my plane ticket yet. I just worked out my work schedule to where I'm going to be able to make that happen. So I'm going to go ahead and get my plane ticket maybe tonight after this live stream. Going to fly in there early Saturday morning before the show. The plane that I'm looking to get is going to land in Raleigh at like 7 a.m. And then the show is at 9 a.m. And then I might stay and not fly out until Tuesday. Dom, what's up? I Love Podcast. As I mentioned earlier, you have 3 entries currently in the national giveaway. Charles, what's up? Good to see Stacking Gems in the house. Always stacking. Paul says $100 for a Gesicki RPA or the same for a 72 Zeppelin. Easy choice. Yeah, that's the way that I look at it. It's like, where would I rather put my money when I'm collecting? I'd like to collect the music stuff. And for the price of a Gesicki RPA rookie card in comparison to the numerous amounts of like music stickers I could buy, I would rather buy the stickers. Bradley says he's buying Jordan Poole and Anthony Edwards, 2 great upcoming NBA stars after this year's playoffs. Bradley, where is the Tyler Hero is a 0 comment? Come on, you got to keep up. You got to keep it up to par. It's not a live stream until you give me the Hero is a 0 comment, unless I missed it already. Your Hero is a 0 has become as much a custom of the show as Trigger Fingers Lando question. Let's see. Yeah, Michael. Yeah, we touched on that. All right, guys, we're going to get a question here to get you entered for the National. If you weren't here in the beginning when I asked the first question, there was only like maybe 25 people here. We now have 75. Also, to update everybody, at 100 likes, if you haven't smashed the 100 likes, if I get 100 likes on this video, I'm going to give away this Mosaic 2021 blaster at the end for free. I'm just going to ask a trivia question. You answer it. I send this to you. That's it. No super chat. You don't have to super chat me. You don't have to do nothing to get entered. Just pay attention and hit the thumbs up. 2021 NFL Mosaic blaster could be yours for free if we get to 100 likes. Now, quick recap of the National real quick. 2 nights in the Borgata, paid for, Friday and Saturday nights. So the weekend nights, the most popular nights. Also $500 on the side as of right now to use whatever you want to use it for. That could be airfare. I don't know where you're coming from. You may win and you may be close. So it would be spending money. So as of right now, that's what we have. Room is paid for, $500 to use for travel if needed, or to spend at the show if you don't need travel. If you don't need travel money, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. However, things are still snowballing. I will make more, hopefully. I'll make more income off the channel, maybe a couple $100. My channel, like I said, my channel will generate a lot, but it'll all snowball into more for the giveaway. Next question. Last video. My most recent mail day video. I want the title, the issue, and the grade. I bought a comic book, and I got a comic book in my mail day. What was it? I want the title, the issue number, and the grade. 3-part question. Title, issue number, and the grade. Bradley says Tyler Hero is hurt, can't kick a guy when he's down. Fair enough, fair enough. I can respect that. The comments are coming in. I have. It looks like, all right, guys, it looks like my first answer is I love podcasts. It's who I have first. A bunch of them popped in at the same time, but on my feed, it has I love podcast, followed by Card Guy, followed by Main Sports Guy, followed by Jay, followed by Mark, followed by Philly Joe, followed by Michael Ham. So I have I love podcast coming in first. Let's check the answer. Star Wars, number 2. CGC 9.6. That is correct. I love podcasts just racked up their 4th entry. Now, it only takes one. It only takes one, so don't get discouraged, everybody. But their 4th entry to this. Their 4th. Someone has been doing their homework. Here's the issue right here. I got it to show. Star Wars number 2, 9.6. First appearance of Ben Kenobi, who has a series coming out, I believe, next week. I can't wait for that. First appearance of Han. First appearance of Chewbacca. My 2 favorite characters. Definitely Han. Chewbacca's probably a close second. Charles says he forgot number 2. So, yeah, that's one more entry. We're definitely going to try to get in 3 more tonight because I want to get some entries in. Guys, we're almost at the 40-minute mark, and I only plan on really going. I only feel like going another 20 minutes or so. Imperk says, maybe add another method or 2 for achieving entries. No. I'm just going to keep it simple because I'm a one-person operation. And if you're watching my content and you're viewing my live stream, then that means, you're keeping up with my content. I mean, if you're viewing my videos and you can't make my live stream, I'm sorry. And if you can make my live stream and don't know the answers, that just means you're not watching the videos. I don't want someone to win that just shows up out of the blue one day and I pull their name out of a hat because they got entered. Bradley says, so far we got Boston 54, Heat 28. Imperk, I am open to ideas. If you want to message me on Instagram and give me some ideas. But as for tonight, it's going to be a couple questions answering. He says, don't jinx them. Don't jinx them. See, Imperk, the thing about other sports trivia is that Google can answer anything for anybody. So if I just ask a random question about sports trivia, all people got to do is go over to Google and answer it. Michael Day says, which MCU or Marvel characters am I looking forward to seeing? You're excited for the potential of Black Knight, Clea, and Galactus. I don't want to do any spoilers. End credits of Doctor Strange. That's all I'm going to say. We do know Black Knight is on the way because of the Eternals. That's the Kit Harington character. Dane Whitman is the Black Knight. The Ebony Blade. We all know that's going to happen. We saw that at the end of the Eternals. Not going to comment much on Clea because I don't want give up any spoilers. Bushlegger had a horrendous PSA order come back. 97 card total, 41 modern, 2,000 and later. 1 gem, 10 out of 41 cards. Been hitting around 50%. Wow, that's tough, man. That's tough. I'm not sure if you do a reveals or show your cards on Instagram or anything, but yeah, that's kind of tough, man. Who's winning the championship, Celtics, Heat, or Warriors? Well, I don't know. I feel like the Warriors. I feel like the Warriors, you know, are probably the team to beat. I don't think a lot of people expected the Celtics to be where they're at right now. I predicted the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals, but I didn't predict them winning it. Even up to this point. I mean, before the playoffs even started, before anybody was even seeded and people were still trying to get in, during the Chantilly show, I had said I have the Celtics and the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals when I was talking with Kenny and them, because they were really dogging me for picking the Celtics. You know, the Celtics weren't, even though the Celtics were seeded higher, they were considered the underdogs against the Nets in most people's eyes and against the Bucks. And here we are. Hopefully they tie this series up 2-2. But, you know, they made a good run regardless. Maybe the Celtics are a piece away. That Warriors team is going to be tough to beat. Look at how good the Mavs have played in the playoffs, and now they're just getting annihilated by the Warriors. And I think it's coming up on the end of this Warriors dynasty type team, you know, because they're all getting a little bit older and they probably have another title under their belt. And then, you know, we'll probably see something else happen. People talked about the Warriors, you know, how they struggled a little bit last year and the year before. And they talked about when Clay comes back and they're finally healthy, that they make another run. And other guys have stepped up. Andrew Wiggins hasn't played terrible. Of course, Draymond does his thing. And then you have a young player like Jordan Poole stepping out of the shadows and, you know, also contributing. So maybe this is one of the last hurrahs for this Warriors team. Maybe they got a couple more seasons under the belt. I'm not really sure. Probably the favorites. But in Perk, you say if you answer the question, you're faster than Google. But when I ask sports questions, the thing is that all of us are of different ages, and all of us watch and like different sports. So it's like, you know, it's hard. It's hard to be fair when I just ask random sports questions. If I ask stuff about 80s basketball, I might have people in the chat that they didn't grow up watching 80s basketball. If I ask a question about Marvel, there may be people in the chat that don't give two craps about Marvel. So it's like, I got to try to keep it along the lines of where everybody's on an equal playing field. So you can put in a ticket to speak with the manager about your grades. So Mark says some people aren't reducing prices to comps. Never seen so many zero bid ending eBay items. So, oh, I gotcha. Yeah, because people are putting in minimum bids and they just aren't getting out there yet. Really, the only way or the best to easily sell a card right now is at auction. And unfortunately, auctions are going lower and lower because, you know, the market's just soft right now. And there are a lot of people who don't want to sell cards that they're under on. You know, especially at this point, they probably should have cut ties with them by now. Here's the thing, though. You can look at the market from two perspectives. You can look at it from being patient or you can panic. So you have a lot of people that are in a situation where they may have to sell because the electric might be due or the rent might be due. And, you know, inflation, all of a sudden people can't afford to fill their gas tank or to buy groceries. They may have to sell a card. And that's a different circumstance than, you know, having to sell. Some people might be panic selling because they're like, oh my God, my cards are going down. I just got to sell them all off. And when you get a lot of panic sellers, all that does is create the value of cards to go down even more because you have a flooding of the market. So you got the panic and you have the people who have to sell out of necessity, and then you get a flooding of the market where if you have people who can be patient and hold their cards and ride it out, in the long run, there will be a little bit of a wave. I'm not saying there will ever be spikes like we've seen before, but there will be momentarily chances to recover or recoup some of what you're in, or just hold, longer and see what happens. Not everybody can afford to do that because, like I said, everybody's in a different circumstance, and it creates buying opportunities for a lot of people. Lots of people out there who are bullish, and I'm not saying if a lot of people were bullish, we wouldn't be seeing prices going down. But the people who are bullish, they're waiting for the panic sale. They're waiting for this to happen because then they can buy up stuff really cheap and just sit on it. And the people that have disposable income at the moment stashed away, whether they're sitting on a big stash of cash or, they're wealthy and spending money doesn't hurt them as much as it hurts others. Those are going to be people that are buying. And in the end, those are going to be the people that end up profiting off of other people's losses. Unfortunate to say. Troy says equal playing field. Ask about 80s cricket, then fastest Google searcher wins. I would have to Google the answer myself if I asked about if I asked about cricket. I would have to Google the question. Yeah, I know you're just giving me ideas in perk, and I'm like I said, I'm open to ideas. I've just also got to look at a way to keep a level playing field. If we can figure out something that would be fair, then that would be cool. Shay says people are getting pickier with what they're buying as well. Guys, we're going to have some noise here. Yeah, people are getting pickier, but that actually also happened prior to everything else that's going on, economically. And, I'm not an economics channel. I don't like to get on and talk about inflation and all stuff like that. I'm not a professional in that. And, I like to talk about the cards because that's why we're all here. And the hobby, and it doesn't even have to be cards. It can just be sports. It can be stuff in general. But I'm not here to give advice. We all know, we all live in the real world, all of us. So we all know that every time we fill up our gas tank, it costs more money. We all know that every time we go to the grocery store, it costs more money. We all know that without me sitting here having to tell you guys. We're all in the same boat. I'm in a boat with you, rowing, trying to row through it, trying to weather the storm. So yeah, people are getting pickier because they have limited income and they want something that, if it's not an investment and it's a collectible, it has to feel special. And if it's an investment right now, it's really tough to pick. It's really tough to pick on what you think you may be able to profit off of in the future. Yes, raw estates, people panicking, and people will panic. It's just in human nature. You will have people that will panic. It just happens. Not everyone, again, can weather the storm the same way. And not everybody has the same budget. Some people are selling out of necessity, and that's unfortunate. But some people are probably selling their cards because it costs them 3 times as much to fill their gas tank up as it did. I know that's an exaggeration, but you get what I'm saying. Ramen is inflation proof. Should invest in ramen noodle stock. Shay says breaks still seem to fill fast, and the big names are big money. People still like to gamble. Yes, they do. I work in a casino. People love to gamble. People still coming in to gamble every day. I don't know where they, some people I see gambling, and I'm like, man, where are they getting all their gambling money from? But gambling, a lot of people look at it as a leisure activity. So the people buying into breaks, if they're buying in for the adrenaline rush of the gamble, then they're not just buying in hoping to get a good card. Yes, getting a good card is the main part of getting into a break, but they're also getting there leisure, their fix, their gamble in as well. So it's like killing two birds with one stone. A lot of people may not actually win a card. It might still walk away and say, well, at least that was fun. At least I got adrenaline rush out of it. I can't imagine that, but I see it in everyday life because of my job. The Great One says the vibe at the Dallas Card Show was awesome. The hobby is stronger than ever. Keep on buying, people. The Great One. The Rock. I would say that every time I've gone to a show, and like I said, I haven't been to one since Chantilly, all the shows that I have been to have been good. They've been packed, very diverse crowd, buying, selling, and trading going on. So, lots of activity out there. I don't know what there's more of buying, more of selling. Which side of the table are the dealers buying? Is everybody taking their cards there in their cases looking to sell to the buyers? Are cards just crossing one side of the table? Is it a two-way street? I don't really know. I haven't been out to a show recently enough to give you that perspective, because Chantilly for me was actually a little while ago. At least it was far enough ago that with the changes and the increased prices of everything, even in that, what I would say is sort of a short window, could definitely still affect it. Troy says gas here is $8.25 a gallon. Troy, where are you from, man? Yeah, and I know Charles be driving the Hummer. That's a gas guzzler right there. The new Thor trailer is fire. That's something else that I have to watch. I have to check that out. In recessions, invest in cigs, drugs, alcohol, firearms. Coming from the Great One. Positivity will not pay your bills. And I'm starting to get the vibe that this is just this is a burner account mimicking another YouTube content creator. Let me know what you guys think. I could be wrong. At first, I thought the Great One was The Rock. Remember when The Rock used to call himself the Great One? Yeah, it's hard to stay positive when a majority of people's living expenses are increasing daily. I get that. It is tough. I mean, I don't know if it's low morale. It's low morale more than it is than negativity. Like, low morale and negativity can kind of be two different things. You can be positive and still have low morale, like bad outlook. I don't know. I've just been stopping to enjoy the simple things in life lately, to be honest. As you guys know, and I'm not going to talk about it anymore. My grandfather passed a couple weeks ago. Well, I don't think it's not been quite a couple weeks, but anyway, man, I just been stopping. I mean, I posted a picture on Instagram of the sunset. It wasn't a card. It wasn't a purchase. It wasn't a sale. It wasn't a trade of anything. I posted a picture of the sunset because I'm just taking back. I'm just stepping back and I'm looking at the simple things in life that bypass you every single day, that you take for granted. And they're there. They're there and they're free. Semdiest, if you go south of Rehoboth Beach, it's going to still be like 10 to 15 minutes south. In Bethany Beach, there's a comic book shop and a card shop. There's nothing in Rehoboth Beach, however. You're going to have to go south to Bethany, and you'll have a comic book shop and a card shop within walking distance of each other. Steve says his retirement portfolio took a hit. Yeah, I was looking at my 401k the other day, and I was like, I didn't even realize. I was like, damn, took quite a bit of a hit. But you know what? It happens, and over time, I don't touch that money. We'll see the swings, ebbs and flows. You know, we've seen it before. Motley V8. He just checked with his cable provider. They said they would not accept positivity as currency at this time. How many of you guys have still get like cable television? How many people still get, or do you guys just get apps and like watch like Netflix and things like that? Is there anybody out there who still gets like cable and do? I have it because as a package with my internet, I tried to remove my cable and my internet was still the same amount of money. So it was just like I had to just get that. But let's see. Only Netflix for Charles, Fire Stick for Roman. Marvelous Packs does it just for the sports. Guys, we're about to do another question national giveaway. Question 3 of the night. Question number 3 of the night. And this one is going to be multiple answer question. Multiple answer question. In my most recent series video of awesome cards on eBay that I don't own, but that I would like, there was a quad quarterback auto. Who were the 4 quarterbacks on that quad quarterback auto? Last names are fine. Troy always answers Pearl Jam. He said eventually he'll get it right just by answering Pearl Jam. Yeah, Bradley, that was question number 3. I think we have our answer. Let me scan to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Mark says Montana, Elway, Marino, and Kelly. That is the correct answer. And I do believe he is the first one to get that in. So Mark Sipe will be added to the list of potential national giveaway winners. Congratulations. Question number 3. We got to pump 2 more questions out within like the next 10 minutes. Jean-Claude Van Damme, it is 4. That is 4 names. That is 4 names, but not the correct 4. Oh, man. Let's see. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to ask a question from that same video. I showed a non-sports card in that video, a non-sports card. Who was that a non-sports card of? I'm not even going to say what genre it is. Who was on that non-sports card from that same video? Very simple. It was an autograph of who? My God, you guys with the lazy answers. Charles has Eddie check auto. It could be Eddie. It could be Eddie. Any Eddie. It could be Eddie Vedder, from Pearl Jam. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Charles has Eddie check auto because he typed all that in. I'm going to give Charles. Card guy put in just Van Halen. He didn't put in Eddie Van Halen, just Van Halen, but I didn't specify. So I'm going to put card guy in. You guys are killing me. And then the first full answer, Eddie Van Halen, main sports guy. All right. Main sports guy. So we get Charles, Fuchs, Card Guy 72, and Main Sports Guy have all qualified for the national giveaway on a simple Eddie Van Halen answer. Oh, Jeremy, you got Iron Man, but Iron Man was the non-sports card from my last video. That was the card that I got in my mail day. It wasn't from the same video as my comic book. Andre the Giant, I wish, Bradley. I wish I could find a nice Andre the Giant card. I only have one Andre the Giant card. Or Mickey Mouse. That would also be good. I'm serious. There's a serious answers. Blues up 1-0. I'm guessing that's hockey. I have not been paying attention to any hockey really at all. Yeah, right. Steve, exactly my thoughts. Exactly my thoughts. The entire band is named Van Halen, and you have two members with the last name Van Halen, but you know. Yeah, Dakota, I haven't. I know I haven't hounded you for it, and we miss your videos. We miss your live streams. I'm speaking for we because I'm going to guess that a majority of my viewers too. But you do right now what is best for you, and shout out to your dog. I hope he's doing well, and enjoy your time off because I know we'll see you back sooner or later. And everybody's looking forward to it. And it'll be a big old bang when you come back. And I know you're good for that. That's why I haven't been bugging you for it. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, what about that? What about that? Marvelous Pack says Tampa Bay is going to win the cup. Dave says, Steve, what are good comic book grades to get? What about comics that are autographed by illustrator or writers? So if they're autographed, you tend to want them to be by really popular artists or writers. I don't notice myself, and maybe I don't pay attention to the comic book market specifically enough to little things like this, but I don't notice enough where an autograph of an artist drives the value of a book up. Unless it's a really, really top artist or super, super popular artist. Todd McFarlane would fall along the lines of really popular, but he signs tons and tons of stuff. If you had a Todd McFarlane on a key issue and it was still a high grade, then yeah, it could boost the value some. But a lot of times the book in a 9.8 sells for the same price as if that book was signed in a 9.8, unless there's a specific person out there that loves that artist and is willing to pay a premium for that artist's signature. But in general, I don't believe it separates the values too much. Good grades to get on comics, however, that's just depending on the comic book, just like in cards. It's good to get, on your vintage sports cards, grades of 3, 4, and 5 are good to get. On your modern, you don't really want anything below a 9. You really want 10s. So it's kind of the same thing to apply to comic books. And I remember comic books are really, really hard to the grade. And again, it's going to come to eye appeal. You can look at a vintage card that's graded higher than another vintage card, but the eye appeal on the lower grade might be better. It can be like that with a comic book as well, where you really want it to display well and have better eye appeal. I tend to buy my Silver Age books in mid to low grade, anywhere between a 4 and a 6. When you get up into 7s and 8s, you're really getting priced up there. My Star Wars books are in 9.6s, but that's because they're affordable. This Star Wars #1 in a 9.6 is probably on average $1,000 book. I really don't know. I haven't checked the market in a long time, so I can't really say. I don't know the market because I don't plan on selling this. This is my book. But I know at one time it was about $1,000 book. But I saw one go for sale on consignment in a 9.8 today, get listed. It didn't sell for around $6,000, I believe. It might have been $5,000, $5 or $6,000. So you're looking at the difference between a 9.6 and a 9.8 on that book being $1,000 to $5,000. So again, and then when you even get into mid-grade, prices don't increase as much as they do in cards from one grade to the next. If you see a comic book graded in a 4 and then a comic book graded in a 5 and it's a vintage, there may sometimes not be a huge difference in the price. They don't have like a multiplier on them like there tends to be with the cards where, okay, if a 9 is worth this much, then a 10 is worth 3x the PSA 9 or whatever, whatever formula people want to use. I don't know what is being used these days. Bradley, I'm sure there are counterfeit comics out there. They're probably harder to counterfeit than cards because you got to counterfeit an entire book. But just like with anything in any collectibles market or any valuables, there's going to be fakes. There's going to be collectibles. I mean, fakes. There's going to be counterfeits. You have counterfeit cards. I'm sure there's counterfeit comics. Just like with any other valuables like watches and jewelry and stuff, there's going to be fakes as well. My thoughts on breakers doing shady things. Now, I think I've only ever entered one break in my life, and then I don't pay attention to the other breakers. Like if I see breaking going on Instagram or whatever, I tend to skim right by it. The only reason I know about the platinum breaks is because people have talked about it. It's never something I would have discovered on my own because I don't follow the breakers. So this is the first that I've heard of platinum breaks. I've watched videos from Sports Card Radio that have really showed some shady stuff. I can't say that I'll never use them again because I've never used them to begin with. It just goes to show you that, again, we were just talking about counterfeits on valuables and collectibles. You can have people, whenever there's money involved, there's going to be deceit. There's going to be deceit, whether it's somebody trying to pass off a fake or somebody trying to steal from you. When somebody does a shady thing in a break with that, in my opinion, that's stealing. You're stealing from someone who paid for a position in a break to win an item. To me, that's stealing. I don't know. You guys think about it. I'm not the judge, jury, and jailer of what goes on with these people. I don't approve of it. I'm also not going to tell people to stop breaking because there's a few, or at least a few, that have been exposed. We don't know how many more of them out there. These types of breakers will give a bad name to other breakers, not necessarily a bad name to other breakers as individuals, but can make people skeptical about breaking, period. Because what he can do is he can be like, if this breaker will do it, then why can't this other breaker do it and get away with it? So it's like, it could make people want to like turn away from breaking, period, even if the person that they break with is trustworthy, or it can deter new people from coming in. That's the biggest thing where I could see it hurting. People who have never gotten into a break and don't have someone that they can trust or know that they can trust or broken with before will see stories like the platinum breaks thing going on and be like, oh man, I'm not going to do that. Someone can potentially steal from me. Jeremy's looking for Panini points, guys. Hit him up. AIH, what's up? How you doing? He got a Lincoln Park card. That's awesome. If you got a Lincoln Park card, man, either post that on Instagram or just shoot it to my Instagram DM, man. I'd really like to see what it looks like and which one it is and where it comes from, which set. Let's see. Somebody said something about the audio. What was my audio messed up, Steve? Did my mic go bad or something? Oh, I get you. The audio of Platinum that Sports Card Radio put out. I got you. Understand now. Yeah, and I saw that report today as well, Shay, where the guy who called them out is actually back breaking with them. The great one says he believed that Panini and Topps should cut off any breaker that's caught stealing. Definitely. Now, it's a business, and unfortunately, I'm not trying to justify anything. I'm just saying, unfortunately, when it comes to a business and it comes to money, if this breaker is buying loads and loads of product off of them, I'm sure they could probably allocate it somewhere else, but they're always going to look out for their best interest. I mean, look at Josh Luber breaking with Backyard Breaks. Yeah, it got a lot of negativity in the hobby, but he probably looked at his pros and his cons of that and was like, yeah, I'm going to get some backlash for this, but in the long run, I think it's going to be good for business. That's probably the way that he looked at it. So he didn't care. And I'm probably going to say the same about Topps and Panini. Yeah, these people, did something very shady that looked, that didn't look good, but they buy tons of product off me. Why are we going to cut them off when we're here to make money? Not defending them or justifying what they're doing, but just saying, that's probably how it'll be looked at. Does StockX getting popped for fakes affect Luber with Fanatics? Shay, I can't speak on that because I don't know. I'm not necessarily sure what you're talking about. I might have missed. Is this recent? Did something just happen with StockX? Excuse me. If it did, I missed it, and so I can't speak on something that I don't have any knowledge about, good, bad, or indifferent. Oh, we have a question about. I see. Okay, I see. Marvelous Packs. You answered Philly Joe's question. I see. Yeah. Oh, so StockX got caught selling fake Jordan shoes. Yeah, see, so I've never done anything with sneakers or sneaker flipping or anything like that. I don't even buy fancy shoes for myself. So that's probably why I didn't hear about this, even though it is related to the sports card market now with Luber crossing over. Now, when you say they got caught selling fake Jordans, was it intentional or was it accidental? Did they think that they were real? I'm not really, I don't know. I would have to watch something on it. Did they think that they were real and they accidentally sold? Because, sometimes you can innocently sell something that you didn't think was fake. You could, honestly, you could think it was real. And it may not be. Or were they really legitimately trying to pass off fakes? Oh, no. Imperk says he thinks the sound of my voice put his 2-year-old to sleep. I hope that's not a bad thing. Like, I hope I don't sound so boring that I'm putting people to sleep. Or maybe it's soothing. I don't know. They had wieners and butt cheeks on the Jordan logo. Oh my God, that's worth looking up just to laugh. I can only imagine. I didn't see that 30 for 30 to discuss the tuck roll. Royer says he saw a comment about Luber, which stated never trust an executive in their 40s who wears a baseball cap backwards. Is he in his 40s? I'm not sure. Guys, I got to get out another question for the live chat or for the entry. So we got 6 entries in tonight. So this is going to be my last question of the night as I've gone to an hour and 15. This is going to be the last question of the night to get entered for the National. And it's going to pertain to this live stream. It is going to pertain to this live stream from earlier, because I told everybody to pay attention. I'm going to want the brand and the person. Earlier, I showed a card and I talked about my brother and I rebuilding my brother's Miami Dolphins autograph collection. Give me the brand of the card and whose auto was it that I showed on the camera. And we will take the first three. We will take the first three. Oh my gosh, we got answers coming in, but not. I see some correct. All right, I think we got three here. All right. I think we got three here. The answer is the Pro Line, not Pro Set. I see a lot of Pro Sets out there. The Pro Line Don Shula auto. So that'll be the answer, the Pro Line Don Shula auto. So let me see, because I see Don Shula Pro Set. I see Charles with Pro Line Schuler. So I'm going to. So Proline Schuler. We'll accept Proline Schuler, even though it's Shula. I know Charles isn't a big NFL fan. He was paying attention nonetheless. He kind of knew what we were going at. Card Guy 72 jumping in with his second entry of the night. Zizzy Toon says Proline Brian Cox. That is not correct. Imperk all up on the Pro Set. Main Sports Guy Don Shula Proline again. Main Sports Guy. That's two. The same three names that answered the last question are the same three names that answered this question. And I'm going to throw Mitch in here as well, because at least he spelled Shula correctly, Charles. So Mitch is going to get one. So we're going to take Charles as a default for spelling Schuler as Schuler, like Heath Schuler, the old bust quarterback. And then we're going to give Mitch an entry, at least for spelling it correctly. So we are now up to HMJ with one entry. Zachary Wood with one. Michael Ham with one. Michael Ham, where you at? You're sleeping on the entries. I Love Podcasts with four. Joel Garza with one. Trader Griffs with one. Imperk with one. HW Sports Cards with one. Jordan Hudson, my man, with one. Mark Sipe with one. Charles Stacking Gems Fuchs with two. Card Guy 72 with two. Main Sports Guy with two. Mitch Reddig with one. And that's where we're at, and we will continue to get more entered throughout the week, throughout the month, snowball the trip, make it bigger and better, and do what we can do. Let's check the likes. Are we anywhere close to 100? Are we anywhere close to 100 before we wrap this up, guys? And can somebody please give me an update on the Celtics Heat? Are they at halftime? Are the Celtics still winning? Is it close? Are they blowing them out? Can somebody hook me up with a score? Because I don't watch the game while I am interacting with chat. So when a Miami Mike comments we're dead, I'm going to have to guess that the Heat are not faring very well. So it's almost a 30-point game. I don't get it. How can the Celtics go out and lose by 6 after winning by like 25 and then come out and blow out again? Is Tatum having a decent night? Is that what's going on? Good answer, but not correct, Steve. Good answer, but not correct. Yeah, no Hero. I mean, they really miss Hero, huh? Hero is being a 0 tonight. And here's what I'm going to take a look at. He says NBA is rigged. It could be right. Wouldn't surprise me. Anything that you can bet on, any sporting event that you can bet on, would not be surprised if it's rigged. Would not be surprised. Guys, we only got to 62 likes. We didn't even get to 75. If we would have pushed 75, I would have given away the Mosaic Blaster, but we didn't even push 75. So not tonight, unfortunately. Maybe I'll just give it away on my next video or my next live stream. Maybe I'll just give it out no matter what. Super simple. All you had to do was hit the thumbs up. I have 71 people in here right now and less likes. That means everyone did not even everyone in here did something simple as tap their screen for a chance to win a free Mosaic NFL Blaster. Checking again, just to give you one last chance. Got up to 66. Didn't happen, unfortunately, guys. I did want to give it away, but hey, always next time around. All right, guys. Thanks for chilling with the live stream. Going to cut it short tonight in an hour and 20. I want to what am I missing here? Man, what am I missing here? Not everyone here likes the content, clearly. That's true. Fair enough. True. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Let's see. Actually, here's what we'll do. We're going to give it away. Screw it. Screw it. I wanted to give it away coming into the night. We didn't get 100 likes. It's not always about the likes. It's not always about the subscriber count. It's not about that. It's about I came in tonight wanting to give it away, so I'm going to give it away. We're going to still give it away, and I'm going to ask a question. So get your fingers on your keyboard or into your talk, whatever gets your answers out quickly for you. We're going to give it away anyway. We're going to give it away anyway. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. No, the answer is not Red Hot Chili Peppers. So, for you guys who stuck around and didn't dip out after you thought that I wasn't going to be giving it away, here's your chance. I'm going to count down from 15 seconds so that everybody's ready. Let's see. 15 seconds, I'll ask the question. And this question is going to be so easy that you guys are going to be like, what? This question is going to be so easy. You guys, stop answering. Stop typing random stuff. Dang, man, you ruined the question. Lady Gaga was going to be the answer. Oh, man. All right, here we go. Here's the question, guys. I did a live stream with Merle World last week. He got me a gift. He sent it to me in the mail. I showed it in my last video. What was the gift in my last video that I received from Merle World? This has got to be the easiest question in the world, as if the answer isn't right in front of your face. It looks like my first correct answer, and I got to go with the specific answer. I got to go with the specific answer. Mervin has shirt, but I got to go with the specific answer. And Mark comes in with the Pearl Jam T-shirt, which is I'm wearing right here. Pearl Jam T-shirt that was given to me by Merle in the video. I got to go with the answer, the more specific answer. T-shirt is just too broad. I have been generous tonight, but T-shirt is just too broad, guys. Sorry about that. So, Mark, I know you have me on Instagram. Hit me up with your shipping information, and this will go to you guys. I will get some more wax to give away, to give back to you guys for joining me. And what Imper? Don Schuler. The Don Schuler was a, look, here's the thing, Imperk, is that from now on, we'll be able to laugh about the whole Don Schuler thing. Right? He gave us a story. Thanks, Charles, for the story. We'll be able to tease you forever about the Don Schuler. Right? The small things you take away from a live stream chat. The small things you take away. Don Schuler. Charles, I don't even see Charles in chat anymore. Getting roasted. Oh, man. All right, guys. Thanks. Thanks for joining the live stream, guys. We're going to go here coming up on an hour 30. Maybe I'll have a live drive out. I put out some videos more frequently this week. Might have another one coming up soon. I don't know. And yeah, still, just make sure you're paying attention. Maybe I'll go back to some of these videos that I already used to get more questions from them. We got a lot of people entered tonight, which was my goal. We'll give away the mosaic box, which I wanted to do. Thanks for joining me tonight. Guys. I'm going to go ahead and go finish watching this Celtics, put this whooping on the Heat, and hopefully we can go back to Miami and take one as well. All right, guys, take it easy, and I'll see you when I see you next time around.